out, but I'm at the Aston Martin dealership in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and they just unveiled the 2025 Aston Martin Vantage. And, you know, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty interesting. It's kind of hard to tell from these photos and this video, but the car, it's got the Aston Martin swan doors on it that open up a little bit at an angle. See that? That's really cool. And you know what I really like about it is it's got those 20-inch rims, which fill up those wheel wells a little bit more. Okay, I don't know if I'm live. I think I am. Okay, let's see. 228, 229, 230. Okay, I'm live again. Okay, great. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Matt coming to you up close and personal. So yeah, for those of you who are tuning in, it looks like one person out there. I wonder if I know you. But anyway, check it out. This here is the 2025 Aston Martin Vantage. And as you can see, it looks like the front end is kind of borrowed a little bit from the DB12. Yeah. And I know it's going to sound like I'm being a jerk, okay? But I have to critique it a little bit. That's what I do. But, you know, tell me what you think. You know, do you think, see those vents in the front? I'm sure those are functional. But sometimes I don't like too many cuts and vents. Maybe I'm a little old-fashioned. But I think less is more sometimes. You know, those of you who listen to me make my reaction videos, I tend to I like a lot of different things as long as they can pull it off. I think in this case, I don't know. I don't know yet what I think about it. But I do love certain things about it. I certainly like the way they have the swan doors that are going up like that. I have that on my 2007 Vantage and on my DB11. And that's exactly what an Aston Martin does. And I like that. That's Aston Martin. And that's what I love about it. I like that they put 21-inch rims and wheels on this because it fills up the wheel well better. And I like that they lowered it a little bit because sometimes, if it was my car, I would lower that even just a little bit by about an inch. Because I don't like sticking my hand too far inside here. I like it to be a little lower. In the back, I'll have to say, that's pretty low. I like that. That's not bad. I like it. Those calipers and those brakes, those brake rotors, those are gigantic. I like that. Sometimes it takes a little bit getting used to for me. For all of these little curves and stuff like that. But you know, like I said, I wouldn't kick it out of bed unless there was more room on the floor. Looks like this dude is going to try to open up the hatch. Now, usually they have like a little nipple over there, which would have been nice. You know, like a little nipple button to open up the hatch. But nowadays, they put the button on the inside. And we're going to get this thing opened up. That color is actually pretty interesting. And you can see that they put some PPF plastic on here to protect against road rash. And I think that was nicely done. Not a whole lot of room in the trunk, but I got news for you. That's about what I have in my Vantage, and I have not had any complaints over the last 17 years of driving that car. And I put stuff in there that you wouldn't even believe. It's a really nice car. But you know, I drove a naturally aspirated 6-speed Vantage for the last 17 years, and I got used to, in this car, like in my DB11, I don't know what to do with my left foot because there is no clutch anymore. And in this car, they have an AMG motor from Mercedes, which, again, I'm being a little picky, but I like an Aston Martin to have an Aston Martin engine. But I bet that's a nice motor, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's beautiful. And probably maybe even more reliable. But I haven't had any problems with my Aston Martin engines. I think they're great as long as you take care of them. You know, certain cars, you got to maintain them. You got to really stay on top of the maintenance schedule. You know, it's not like, you know, the Japanese figured it out a long time ago. You know, they make them pretty maintenance free. You could almost not even change the oil in a lot of those cars and they'll keep on ticking. But on a car like this, you got to stay on top of it. And then it'll reward you, but you got to stay on top of it. So let's take a look at that engine. Wow. Well, there's not a whole lot to see. They covered it up a lot. Kind of wish they didn't do that, but you can see the two air boxes on there, and they got a dual, twin turbo. And this guy right here is, wow. I mean, there's not a whole lot to see in there, I guess. But hey, you know. Anyway, stay tuned because I'm going to be releasing a bunch of car videos, hopefully. Look at that car. That's sick. They opened it all up. I like it. Hey, listen, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. That's very nice. And you know what? I'm going to get in there and fool around a little bit. I'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot, guys.